my name is Icon, and this is part 2 of our Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Part 2 of the adventures of our Minotaur Monk. We got the Shining One for our god. I started some personal challenge to follow randomly the first god I run across, and we even hit the altar of an unknown god, which doesn't show which god we're gonna get, but we were lucky and hit the Shining One, which is a good god to win the game as a Minotaur. We also got some really good equipment, a really nice weapon with resist poison, see invisible, crushing brand, some nice stat bonuses. We've got some magic resistance, only plate armor, no boots, no gloves, no extra AC, which is a bit sad, but I think we're gonna manage. We have an amulet of regeneration, which is really nice to have. We have some blasting wand. We have 5 scrolls of teleportation. So the only thing I'm lacking here is some heal wounds or a potion of might or anything else to buff up my damage. So we're hungry right now. Let's eat some fruit and get going carefully. Layer 1. Here we go. We've cleared the dungeon the last time up to D11. We met on D8, Joseph and Psyche, and it was a bit of a rough trip. So there's a glowing hunting sling. This might be better than the one I'm wielding. Let's try it out. It's a hunting sling of flaming. I'll definitely keep that. So let's rename this one to B and drop the old one, because a flaming weapon is a lot better. And I also put this flail on A so we can swap between our ranged option and the melee option. That's always nice to have. So there's a potion of agility, some snake and the frog, but I think that's nothing to worry about here. Our weaponry is exceedingly well for this area, but I'm still gonna be careful. I've regularly ran into some really brutal uniques on layer 1, which can easily spell death if you're running foolishly into them. So, since we want to win this game, we're gonna take it slowly. We've got another potion of curing here and some gold. That's not bad. There's a spiked frog around the corner. So there's a lot of baddies. Let's kite back. I wanted to pick up the net, but that has to wait. So this frog did about 30 damage to us, which is really a lot. Spiny frogs are among the most dangerous denizens of this area, because they pack quite some damage combined with poison, a considerably high evasion rating, and yeah, they do 26 damage plus poison. That's pretty much if you're under-equipped or a fragile race. So there's a great mace. Definitely gonna carry this around for now and drop the battle axe, because I think we're gonna focus on flails in this run. I carry this around because if I run into a scroll of brand weapon, I have a good weapon with me which is worth getting branded. So there's the next spine frog. I'm taking these really careful because, well, I'm a bit paranoid. Don't want to die in a silly way here. So there's the first yak pack. These are, well, kind of like a trademark for the lair. But we're finishing them off really quickly. Almost took no damage, killed them pretty fast. But I was kinda expecting something like that with this equipment. Getting a +8 weapon that early on, even a decent base type. I mean, the flail, it won't be enough to finish up the late game with it. But I think until we hit depths or something, this is a good weapon. So that's layer 1 done. I'm gonna auto-explore for a moment to check if there's anything I have forgotten. And you hear a distant snort. That's an indicator that on this level we're gonna find the entrance to a labyrinth, which has a huge treasure pile, which will be guarded by a Minotaur. I don't want to enchant anything of this. The plate armor is a regular one, it's not worth putting enchant armor scrolls in it. You risk ticking of a clock nearby, so yeah. We're gonna enter this labyrinth, and the labyrinth is a special branch of the game where we keep forgetting the map. You see, it's getting grayed out, and this is the outer section of the labyrinth. This is the outer border, like the area in which the labyrinth is set in. And if you hit these tiles, you're getting closer to the center, where the Minotaur will lurk. So we're gonna keep running into this direction. We can't auto-explore, and the tiles are getting dark gray, which is an indicator that we're getting closer to the vicinity of the Minotaur. And there he is. Smacked me right into the face when I got around that corner. So we're gonna drink some agility potion to buff up our EV and put up the divine shield as well, because this Minotaur can deal a terrible amount of damage, and I have no means of healing myself with me, but we got him down. Took a lot of damage though. Let's eat some more fruits. I'm gonna turn off the auto pick up to browse by myself. So there's a polished hunting sling. I want to have that. The translucent lettering. That's a Rendart ring. Kind of a randomly spawned unique item. The runed shield is also pretty nice. There's an assortment of 3 different staves, which could be useful, but I'm no mage. There's a wand of digging. I absolutely want to have that. The wand of confusion I'm gonna pick up too. And a manual of armor. A manual of armor gives you +4 to your aptitude in the skill, which combines to a +6 aptitude, which is kinda sick. Okay, so we're gonna try out this ring, see what it can provide. It's resist negative energy, strength +2, int -3, and dex +7. Overall, nothing too special. Intelligence 4, that's really, really, really not much. That's a terrible amount of armor. Intelligence. And I don't want to wear that. I really don't want to wear that. So yeah, that was an interesting visit to the labyrinth. Let's try out this sling. It's flaming and int +4, so it's gonna replace this one immediately. We're gonna adjust it to B, so we got this swapping thing going on again. And let's explore further on. So, okay, so this moccasin was no big deal. There's an unknown scroll. It was random uselessness, which is indeed just random and useless. There's a short bow and the entrance to the swamp branch. It's definitely nice to have, and by now I'm auto-exploring this area because I feel like I'm capable of, well, nuking down everything here. So that's good. Let's level up more strength, because I don't think I'll need anything else like that. Apart from that, I mean. It allows me to wear even the heaviest and most encumbering armor with ease. So we got some ID. We got this shield hanging around. I'm gonna ID some of my wands here, because I feel like I really want to use those. So we're gonna try out this shield. It's just a regular +2 shield. Nothing too special here. But I think I'm gonna start learning the usage of it, at least somewhat. I'm not sure if I'm going to wield two-handed weapons in the end game or going for a one-handed weapon in the shield. It depends a lot on my loot. But so far I feel a lot safer with a shield. So we feel a wave of frost pass over us, which means there's an ice cave on this level. And there's a basilisk. How dangerous is it? A 1% chance to petrify us, so I don't need to be scared about that. And let's slaughter these yak and slaughter this basilisk. We're gonna eat some meat here. And there's a first black mamba and our first elephant. So I'm trying to kill this mamba as quick as possible. Turns out that's not too easy, and there's the elephant pack upon us. I'm gonna try to flee upstairs because we're poisoned. We're somewhat injured, and I'll rather take a different staircase for now. And okay, there's still this ice vault on this level, so we're gonna go into our hidey hole here and start killing the elephants where there can always only be one in front of us, so they can't encircle us and multiply attack us per turn. That's basically the idea of what crawl players call a killing hole, or a kill hole. So there's a garnet ring. Let's try this on. I'm still lacking a good ring. A ring of stealth. We don't need that. We're wearing plate armor. We're not at all stealthy here. So I really want to find this ice cave before the passageway melts. This is a time-based vault, which means the entrance will decay over time. So we read a scroll of torment by accident, which the Shining One doesn't like, but since it was an unidentified scroll, he's not angry with us. The crackling went to steady, and it's still very distant. The whole time it's very distant. So there's another basilisk, but like before, with a 1% chance of petrifying me, I'm not that scared of them. So we're gonna put up the ring of ice in there, so we have some sort of cold resistance. We're more vulnerable to fire in this scenario, but well, it's gonna be okay. So we're taking these wolves to a passage in the hallway here, where there can also only be one guy attacking us, because wolves are quick. They can attack multiple times in one turn, and there are some polar bears. We're gonna fight them here. That's the perfect spot. Again, I don't want to fight more than one at once. I think I could, but there's no reason to be silly here and risk some stupid situation. So I'm proceeding through this ice cave, which features a lot of animals, which is okay. There are more dangerous ice caves, but I think it was this cave which features a frost giant in the end, which, well, considering my options, I don't know, this could be my death. Speaking of death, there's a first death yak. They're the evil brother of the regular yak. So there's a wand of flame. That's really some underpowered item for this area. And a wand of ice blast. I actually want to have the second wand of ice blast. I'm gonna fire it empty and then rely on the identified one. So I'm proceeding pretty carefully here, because every one of those optional branches has some sort of danger factor or boss monster in the end, which, well, should be taken carefully. Because so far this is here pretty easy for us. We're just whacking through these like nothing. And there's some fruit. I have a decent chance to summon a divine warrior by now, and I think that's what I'm gonna do when I'm facing the end of this ice cave. And there's a frost statue. These can throw frost, toss out freezing clouds, and summon ice beasts. So, and they're stationary and can't heal. So we're gonna go forward. There's the first ice beast. And this is a more or less dangerous situation. We'll just kill the statue as quick as possible so the ice beasts will disappear. Summons will always disappear if the summoner dies. So there's another wand of digging. One is enough. Wands of digging are ones I don't need multiple times. So there's a wand of clouds, and the shining one forbids the usage of poison. So this wand is a no-no. But luckily the game warns you and shows it in red if you're following the shining one. So there's a second death yak, but the first one was already pretty good with us. So that's level 13. And so far this is really easy. Still a bit afraid of the last room here, because I think it's gonna be more exciting. So yeah, there's a frost giant, just like I thought. And there's also a rendered ring, which is really nice. And for now, I'm gonna start hammering at this death yak and proceed with this fight very carefully. So there's the frost giant, and I resist the first blow, and we're bringing up this angel right now. And together I hope we'll kill this giant. Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to happen here. Because frost giants are really, really dangerous enemies. And this polar bear was pretty scary too. Good in frenzy. So there's a battle axe of freezing. It's kinda like too good to leave it here. At this point of the game at least. So there's a glaive for freezing. A book of ice. Let's see. Definitely nothing I wanna have. A regular ring. Let's see, that's a ring of protection from cold. It's more useful than the ring of ice, if you ask me. So there's shiny chainmail. It's a +1 of positive energy. So let's compare. That's 17 AC to 19 AC. Huh. Well, think I'm gonna stick to the plate armor nevertheless. It might be not much of a change, but... So we don't need this ring of ice, and we're gonna put up this ring here. It's resist electricity, but slaying -4, which means it's basically like reducing our weapon to +4. But it's resist electricity. It's a bad resist electricity item overall, but better than no resistance from electricity. So there's some interesting items here. This glaive for freezing is definitely interesting. So I'm gonna retrieve it at least. And well, I can't let those despawn and be lost forever. So even if we're never gonna use them, we're gonna put them down right here. And if we ever feel like we need something of these, we can pick them up later. So we're getting hungry again. Let's get rid of those fruits. They're blocking inventory slots after all. So an unidentified scroll. It's a scroll of noise. Pretty useless scroll in most cases, but you can break some mesmerizing effects with it. So they kinda have a use. So I want to identify this potion, these two potions actually. So that's Berserk Rage and Flight. Both are pretty useful items in my humble opinion. So that's layer 4. I'm gonna be careful because we didn't meet any particularly dangerous uniques here yet, and lair kind of like always features some uniques, from my experiences at least. So there's the entrance to the snake pit. So we got snake pit and swamp. That's nice. So there's a 5-headed hydra. Let's put up divine shield and hammer away, and yeah, we're totally winning this with ease. Okay. So clearing lair with this setup, so we can try getting encircled by these wolves for once. And seems like we've lost connection for a moment. Yeah, this means I'm gonna break this recording for now. And yeah, let's see if we can just reload. But if my connection should be down, which could be, I'm gonna end this video for now and follow up with part 3 then. So part 2 is gonna be a bit shorter than part 1. But yeah, that's internet. Sometimes it just dies and comes back. Yep. Okay guys, I'm gonna come back with part 3 when my internet is back up. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the view, and see you guys soon.